Why do so many people stay in relationships that they shouldn't be in? Why do so many people hold themselves back in situations where they're not valued, where they're not happy, and where they're just not living their lives? I look around a lot of times and I have a lot of people talk to me about this. I have viewers talk to me about it from my YouTube. I have people emailing me from the Warrior Soul Fitness site, veterans and veterans' families. I have people coming to me personally and asking me about this question. And it seems like this is one of the biggest things that's plaguing young men these days, is the fact that we get ourselves into relationships that we don't belong in and we stay there. We don't change things. So in order to figure out how we can solve this problem, we got to figure out why we get into these things in the first place. Well, why is it? The biggest thing, in my opinion, I'm not the guru. I'm not somebody who knows everything, so look at others' opinions as well. But my opinion is fear. We're scared. Why are we scared? We're scared because we don't think we're good enough. And because we don't think we're good enough, we're scared of being lonely. We don't feel like we have much to offer this world. We don't feel like we can give value. We don't feel like we're going to reach those hopes, those dreams that we have. So we put those hopes and dreams to the side whenever something new and shiny comes into our lives. Because when a person takes an interest in us, we think, wow, that person actually likes me. That person's actually interested in me. I can't believe that anybody would be interested in me. And so what we do is we put big pause. We press the pause button. We take our dreams and our hopes and we put them on the shelves. And we do everything we can to be with that person. We do everything we can to keep that relationship alive because it becomes our sense of comfort. You know, all those goals that we couldn't go for, all those dreams we couldn't go for, all those things we wanted to build for ourselves, we put those on the shelf because we don't really think we can get them. And so this comfort blanket, this thing, it helps us to be okay with that. At least I have that person. At least that person's in my life. But what happens is when we do that, when we take those things to the side, you know, we can lie to everybody else, but it's hard to lie to ourselves. And so in some way, that unhappiness, that deep unhappiness that we feel, it comes out. And it comes out as acting out. It comes out as resentment. It comes out as jealousy. You know, because again, one of the things we fear is we fear that we're going to be alone. We fear that this comfort blanket is going to go away somehow. So we get jealous. And we do everything we can to keep that comfort blanket there. We do everything we can to keep that comfort blanket from going to somebody else. And so we change ourselves. We change our personalities. We try to change the other person. So what can you do? What can you do? Because I'm telling you, it is possible to be in a great relationship that is conducive to your goals, that does allow you to pursue whatever you want to do in this life. And I've been in some really, really bad relationships, and I'm currently in a very good one. And my girlfriend right now, she came to me when I had nothing in my life. I was living out of my car, and we've been together for years now. And she's my best friend. She's my partner. Everything I do, I include her in it. Now, why am I able to do that? It's because of three different things. One, I was always clear with her about my vision. Right? In order to be clear with somebody about your vision, you have to know what your vision is. You have to understand what you want, right? And you have to be honest with yourself about it. And you have to be strong enough to say that it's a possibility for you, right? I know it might be scary. It might be, you know, a little bit, might look like a rocky path with thunderbolts coming down, but you have to say to yourself, you know what? I could get there if I'm going to work for it. Right? So you have to be clear about what your vision is, and that vision's got to be strong enough that you're going to work for it. 2, you got to be clear about what your purpose is. Right? And when I say your purpose, that separates from your vision, because your purpose relates to your core values, who you are. You know, who do you want to help in this life? Who do you want to give back to? What kind of value do you want to bring to this world? Who are you going to serve? Because we all serve somebody, right? We all serve other people in some way, right? And it's perfectly honorable and great to be in service to your family, to be in service to your children, but you could also do that and do other things at the same time. Or if you just want to be in service to your family, your wife, your children, things like that, then you have to be honest with yourself about that. That's perfectly fine as long as you're honest with yourself about that, and then it matches with that other vision that we were talking about. The third thing is, generally, you got to be honest. You've got to be brutally honest with the other person and honest with yourself as to what you want, right? If you start lying to the other person and saying, oh, you know what, no, that's okay. If you start changing your personality to be with that other person, then that alienation is going to come through. Somehow, some way, it's going to come through. So you got to be brutally honest. You say, you know what, this is my purpose. This is what I want to do with my life. And you can either come along with it, or if it's not for you, here's your exit. And you got to be strong enough to be able to do that. Because there should be no relationship where there can't be a happy relationship where there's some sense of ownership over the other person, where there's some sense of ownership over the other person's dreams, their values, their goals. And there can't be a happy relationship if that other person is alienating your goals and alienating who you are as a person. You have to build that respect in there. And again, I'm not the relationship guru. You know, I've screwed up more relationships than I've had good ones, right? I just found a really good one, and I was lucky enough, blessed enough, and I grew enough to find myself in a place and a time where I could give myself to another person and have that other person give themselves to me, and to have it be conducive to my dreams. But it doesn't just happen. You have to put work into it. You have to put work into yourself before you can give yourself to someone else. You have to put work into yourself before you can make another person part of your life. And if you don't do that, then there'll be repercussions down the line. So for all of you out there, regardless of what you're doing, regardless of where you're at, one, know you are good enough, right? And that's something I said at the beginning of this, but maybe I didn't address it well enough throughout the video. Know you are good enough. Know you are worth pursuing your goals. Know you are worth having another person in your life that cares about you. Don't just settle for comfort. Build your dreams. Build your life. Life is too short to not live your best life and to live the life you want to live. A non-health and fitness video for all you guys. This particularly pertains to a lot of my veterans out there, because though a lot of us don't like to talk about it, we have a lot of fears, and we have a lot of fears of being alone, and we have that fear of inadequacy and thinking that we're not good enough when we really are. You are enough. You know, out of 1 million sperm, you made it. You made it to the egg, and now you're here. So live the blessing we call life. All right? I'll talk to you guys all later.